one of the most premium, durable and functional smartwatches designed ever, with basic computing hardware we know well and some exciting new features to try out. Looks like it's everything you truly need from a smartwatch these days, the Huawei Watch GT2 PRO. Welcome, Tech Pro channel, I'm Michael, and I've never been hiding that Huawei smartwatches are among my favorites. Starting with their first Wear OS device, which still shows great performance, although already 3 years old, and then tracking their success story with the Watch GT series, whereas the GT2 is the smartwatch I've worn the most in 2020. Of course, the Pro model has something I was eagerly expecting, and to tell you the truth, I believe Huawei nailed it with this new design. Looks like they are using a smart success formula focusing on design and endurance rather than unreliable software expansions. For the first time since I'm making smartwatch videos, and that's already a long time, I've had so many questions from friends like, hey, which is this nice looking smartwatch? And especially coming from people with high standards about outlook, staying away from smartwatches because they find them unattractive. I'm very confident now in the success of the GT2 PRO. Looks like Huawei have done almost everything right again, because the GT2 is quite similar as well. Disclaimer, this video is in no way affiliated with Huawei. Everything mentioned in this video is based on my own experience for something I've purchased on my own, based on close to a month of 24/7 usage. It's meant to show you the good and the bad sides of the watch, and after the initial praising, here's the greatest challenge about the GT2 PRO: the price. It's close to $300 or euro. Pretty sure this price will go down after the holiday season, but right now this is around $80 more than the launch price of the original GT2, as it happened almost a year ago, and in my opinion is the greatest drawback. However, I need to mention titanium, sapphire, ceramic and wireless charging, which sound like good justifications for the price bump. It's interesting to see how the market is going to respond, because it's cheaper than the Galaxy Watch 3 and Apple Watch series, and priced as high as the mighty TicWatch Pro 3 with Wear OS. Each one of the mentioned smartwatches so far are true smartwatches that have own app ecosystems and a lot more smartness than the basic light OS inside this Huawei. On the other hand, 14 days of battery life sounds like the perfect way to track health, sports and sleeping. The unboxing, it's similar to what we got with the original GT2, perhaps slightly nicer box. The content on the inside is, however, pretty much the same: the watch, the charging pad, which is wireless, and cable and instructions. I need to say that the Watch GT2 PRO looks glorious. The build quality, the design, everything is close to perfection. Look at these shapes, the cuts, the materials used. That's probably the best looking smartwatch designed ever. Has some similarities to the GT2, maybe to the older Huawei Wear OS smartwatch line as well, but suddenly it's in its own league. Sorry Samsung, sorry Apple, but this feels and looks more premium. Materials like sapphire and titanium feel definitely nicer to the touch and keep you confident in its durability. I know that this watch won't scratch and won't easily break. Actually, I can't wait to see if Jack from Jerry Rick Everything's channel is going to put the sapphire glass on his unique testing. Need to mention the technical specs. Behind the sapphire crystal here, there's the beautiful super bright OLED screen that we know from the GT2, ceramic back and titanium frame, the Kirin A1 chipset known for acceptable performance, 4GB storage space where you can put just music, 455 mAh battery for 2-week battery life, speaker, microphone, Bluetooth 5.1, GPS, NFC, 50-meter waterproof, wireless charging, SpO2 and HR sensors, and all that is packed within only 52 grams of weight. Sounds like a dream come true, but there's some reading to do beyond the numbers. The Kirin A1, that's the same processor that Huawei use in their wearables since years, so it's nothing new, and while not top performer, it's very battery friendly. When mentioning GPS, it is available only for the sports, and while it meets some slight enhancements in usability, there's no Google Maps or similar navigation options. Probably this is the only thing truly holding me back from calling this a true smartwatch. Yes, I do believe the Watch GT2 PRO is fair to be called a feature watch. The NFC, on the other hand, while now officially announced as part of the watch, is not usable for payments. Yet, whether this is going to happen eventually, I don't know. If we have to sum up the hardware and give subjective ratings about it, durability and design, 10 out of 10, totally. Performance-wise, I would hardly give it more than 5 stars, but since battery life is the key factor for me, I personally wouldn't care. Although, to be honest, the big steps forward that Wear OS is doing in the past months with the latest TicWatch Pro 3 is remarkable, and now I'm torn between both. So let's talk about the software, in some ways restricted and in other ways designed by open-minded people. Let me explain. For instance, the Galaxy Watch 3 cannot be charged with other than the Samsung-certified charging devices or smartphones. With the GT2 Pro, I can enable the reverse charging from my non-Xiaomi smartphone. Apparently, I can recharge the battery anywhere, anytime. Qi chargers work as well, however a bit slower. You may notice the charging process getting interrupted from time to time, but you can totally recharge the watch using most Qi chargers. The operating system is called Light OS. Navigation is very simple, works like most other smartwatches with touch controls. Swiping left and right, gonna show you the main cards. Customizable, you can get overview of heart rate, weather forecast, shortcut to music playback, health summary, and so on. Swipe down for quick toggles. There are only 5, but pretty important in my opinion, and I find myself using the Find Phone function all the time.
I'm here.
Swiping up shows the notifications queue. It's independent to your phone's notification queue, meaning that if you clear them from the watch, they won't get cleared from the phone. I really like that because I can read and get informed about what's coming, and then respond when I get my hands on the phone and have enough time. No texting is possible, and whatever I believe is the worst part, there are no icons, emojis or pictures supported. Means that while you can easily read content, there's no way for you to know which one comes from WhatsApp or Messenger or Gmail. 2 function buttons are available for you on the side. Top one shows the apps and acts as a home button. The bottom one is programmable. Right now I use it as a shortcut to the workouts. Let's check the speaker and the Focons function quality.
The subscriber will be notified about your call.
Yeah, the speaker sounds great. I was thinking it can actually replace a portable speaker in the mountain if you don't need great sound quality. The microphone works as well, since the watch utilizes a regular Bluetooth module and not some light edition. Penetration through walls is good. You can take a call even if you're showering and the phone is in another room. The app menu shows a bunch of really good features. SpO2 tracking, that's among the most important options. Sleep data and analysis, same about stress, breathing exercise mode, and the new, much better air pressure app with altitude information. I can say it's way more accurate than on the GT2, and you can notice it's almost as accurate as getting the data from GPS. The usual timers, alarms and so on are available as well. Good to see that finally in 2020, smartwatches may have properly working alarms. Also, we have call logs. Up to 10 contacts to be stored, you can adjust them at any point of time using the Health app. The Sports section is probably the most impressive part. That's where Huawei have added a few of the new really cool options. Didn't mention it so far, but while you can't add third-party apps like Spotify, you can actually store a lot of music on the watch, connect Bluetooth headset, and even go outside to do some sports without needing a smartphone. Can you control music while doing sports? Let's check together.
Workout resumed.
Yeah, the menu is very well integrated and it's just a swipe away, along with a great number of customizations. The amount of sports feels countless, just as it is with the Huawei Watch Fit that I've recently tested, and there are the very same trainings and courses. Really accurate and reliable tracking with so many details and customizations. You can fine-tune the shortlist of your most often used sports, but 2 years since the GT series are out, and they still don't have support for soccer or football mode, so I still have to use the outdoor run feature. The Amazfit Stratos 2 has more basic sensor setup, it's 2 years old and can track football since the very beginning. With the GT2 Pro, they've even added beach soccer, so it's crazy that it's still missing from the main sports. I hope by the time that you watch this video it's finally being integrated. Speaking of integrations, we're switching to the smartphone app and we notice Google Fit and MyFitnessPal integration. Apparently Strava is still missing. If there's one single reason to keep athletes away from the Watch GT series, that would be it. Gotta say, I truly hate Huawei's support automated answers on this matter, and I've seen hundreds of requests about that. The health app is very functional, might require Huawei mobile services to run, which seems to be removed from Play Store nowadays, but you can easily get it from APK Mirror, which is a safe place to download apps from. On the iOS side, there are a number of limitations, however. Sadly, the wide variety of watch faces is not yet accessible. While this won't impact the watch performance that much, it definitely is quite annoying, and I won't say much about it in order to stay away from politics. As you can see, overall the software on this watch is a brilliant development of a very basic essence. It's getting better and better in time. Just check this new feature out, Sports Activity with GPS, and you can use the option to route back and get navigation until you reach the starting point. Gives me hopes that maybe someday at least GPS waypoints may come into the game. This would be enough to preload some bike tracks, for instance.
Navigation back started.
Yeah, the good sides of the software seem to be a lot more, especially concerning the battery endurance. 6 days with always on and most tracking features on, without always on screen at least 10, and should you disable HR tracking and sleep tracking, even 20 days are doable on a single charge. Right now that's unbeatable achievement. Yes, charging is apparently slower, but you're finally cable and dock independent. To the short list with the drawbacks: no Strava, no NFC payment support, no smart assistants, no emojis, no texting, no voice memo recorder, the leather strap can sometimes be weirdly noisy, and I believe that's about it. Brilliant premium design with outstanding battery life, very capable performance for its overall computing power and certain software limitations. This sums up the Huawei Watch GT2 PRO. If you ask me, it offers almost everything that most people would need from a smartwatch these days, and I can absolutely endorse it for being great. But it's you now. Let me know what you think. Is battery life as important for you as it is for me? Or you want to have the option for texting, eSIM integration, and maybe Play Store access? Is $300 too much to ask for a premium build and battery life, however not truly smart OS? Let's talk about all these topics in the comments below. You can feel that our video is about to end, but not before I thank you for being my guest today and wish you a fantastic day. Stay healthy and happy, take good care of yourself. Don't forget to support me, like and dislike as a starter, or let me know how you feel about this video using the comments. Maybe subscribe for more tech inspections. As usual, links to the gear shown and tested you're going to find in the description below. I'm Michael, and we'll see you in the next episode. Cheers!